Engineers, it's a big day. Cubase 14, as you guys know, I am a main driver with Cubase and have been my entire professional career, even when I was in the big studio. Just by chance, they were a Nuendo studio with the full Nuendo rack and all that stuff. Excuse me, I'm just throwing this together real quick. I got my screen shared in full. So this is going to be raw. Completely unplanned, completely unscripted. It's just Cubase 14 drop while I'm in the middle of a few big film projects right now. I don't have time to do a full edited video with all the fancy effects and me on the green screen and all that. So I'm going to get this out there just so everyone's aware of the features in Cubase. Do they live up to their promises? Is this more of a 0.5 version release or a full numbered feeling release? It is a full number. It's Cubase 14. But for years, Cubase did a 0.5 release every year. They'd do 7.5, then 8, 8.5, then 9, and so forth. So since they've gone to now, it seems they're going to go annual with full versions. Some years it feels kind of 0.5-y. My first reaction was that it felt a little 0.5-y. But then again, some of these quality of life improvements look pretty hot. So let's take a look at this. So up on screen, I'm just going to transition here to my smaller camera. There, this is off of Steinberg's website, Improvement and Changes in Cubase 14. We're going to go through all of these. Performance. We have updated key data structures in our code base to optimize memory allocation. This is positively impacting overall performance, especially in areas where large amounts of data are handled, such as startup time. Hello. Cubase is love ya, but it's been getting ungainly for load up and shutdown. Now there's a shutdown period where it reports it's closing each channel. Loading and saving large projects, and moving a significant number of events at once. Interesting. And a single installer for all versions. Great. Steinberg's got a long way to go on their installation process. So let's go. Where did it land on my... Here we go, Cubase 14. Let's see. Let's time this. I'm timing this. This could sometimes take... Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, that's better. So, my biggest project I've had in a while, Altered Voice of Reason. Yeah, let's do that one. This is a huge project. I can't remember. I wouldn't be surprised if it was 120 tracks. Single installer, new score editor. We won't go over the score editor. I don't use it often. Sometimes I do tab if it went in it. I might put that in the edited video. Okay, so now we're hitting the first big deal with Cubase 14. So Cubase 13 would still support VST2 plugins. Cubase 14 does not in any way, shape, or form. I've had to run Cubase 13. I'm on Mac. I've had to run it in Rosetta mode to maintain access to old VST2s. But even here, running Cubase 14 in Rosetta mode won't save you. I've verified this with my brother who runs on an Intel iMac. And none of his VST2 plugins will load. So they are officially walking away from all VST2 plugins forever. This is a big deal. So lots of stuff not loading here on this giant comp. Okay, thank you. Oh, wow. Okay, this is 10 times faster than it was before. So let's have a quick listen. Make sure audio's good. Let me know if audio's good. All right, well, that's playing. Let's go back to look. Okay, yeah, score editor. There was something else I think I wanted to see. One quick. Okay, yeah. Okay, score editor, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so they're looking to really get Dorico, their score software, and DAW software together. DAWproject support. Okay. So this is a new kind of universal format. DAWproject. So we got Bitwig, PreSonus supporting it. An open exchange format for projects. So we've got that. We can export, I believe, file, export, DAWproject. Cool. Anyone tried this? So it just makes a single DAWproject file. Anyone tried this? All elements remain intact, including tracks, groups, colors, markers, events, fades, MIDI, plugin settings. Like as long as you share the plugins, of course. So it's a Bitwig thing. Okay, project compatibility. Cubase 14 introduces two major changes affecting forward compatibility with older Cubase versions, meaning that not all previous versions will be able to open projects created in 14. Backward is not affected. A great thing about Cubase, I just a couple months ago, while going through some burned compact discs, you remember compact discs? Oh, is it plugged in? Can't show you. I got my Mac USB-C CD player burner still. Loaded up a bunch of CDs and successfully loaded Cubase SX programs from 2002 into Cubase 13. Of course, you know, almost none of the plugins existed. I don't know if any of them still existed. Maybe one of the delays, but all audio, all tracks loaded. Cubase has been fantastic for that. Event volume curves. Cubase 14 introduces a 64-bit project file format, enabling project files larger than 2 gig. This is just in time. A lot of my biggest comps are starting to approach a gig sometimes. Project saved in Cubase 14 will default to this 64-bit RIF2 format, compatible only with Cubase and Windows 13 or newer. Okay, not a big deal. End of VST2 compatibility. Yes, we saw that. That's the end of VST2. VST2 plugins can still be loaded, except on native Silicon, but if you're running in Rosetta mode, you can still be loaded if the VST2 plugin scanner is manually enabled in the VST plugin manager. So let's take a look at that. Studio plugin manager. Plugin, and where do you do that? Manually enabled in the VST plugin manager. They won't provide support. Well, that's really good news. So, show all plugins, hide plugins, show all plugins. That's for collections, VST effects. Where do you set that? Reason rack is blocklisted. Oh, well, that's something I'll figure out later. Oh, damn, it's doing a plugin scan. Oh, well, let's get comfy. You guys can imagine I got a lot of plugins. Not bad. It'll only take a minute. So I can't see where I can manually enable VST2. I'll find out. Oh, reader mode seems to be cutting off this, so we'll go back to watch out for the flashbang. It's all white. Okay. New score editor, DAWproject, project compatibility. I did. Oh. Well, where's the new features? There we go. All features. Look at all this junk. So, new media engine, that's exciting. How's our plugin scan going? Almost done. New in 14, let's do that. Modulators, so these are available in every track, I believe. New pattern drum editor, which is going to be fun for people doing EDM. I can understand why they're pushing that. These things can be really fun to play with. A new type of track called the drum track, which loads a drum machine. So very Logic Pro. We'll try all of these things out. Shimmer Verb, which is exciting. I love Shimmer Verbs. They're super neat. It finds, musical glassy notes and extends them for as long as you want. It really makes reverb shine. It looks like they've reskinned the multi-tap delay and calling it the studio delay. Okay, are we done? Yes. What's this? Oh. I'm on the trial version because I want to try it first, and now it's telling me I got no license. And crashed. Okay, let's try it again. At least it opens quickly. Yes, use the current program, preferences. Okay, altered voice of reasons. I can't believe how quickly this opens. Oh, they've done some really good writing on their code base. Well, taking a little longer this time. Not bad though. This really was like a minute long, maybe even 2 minutes loading this comp sometimes in Cubase 13. Okay, we got audio. Yep. Okay, let's try some stuff out. There's Valhalla. Love that thing. You can hear it forever. Okay, let's try some stuff. They're really happy with these modulators. So let's see if we can get a modulator going. Let's try maybe... Let's try the guitar maybe. Solo. I should have a guitar solo group. Oh! Cubase 14 seems a bit crashy. Yeah, let's reopen. It's not a good start for Cubase 14. All I did was search for that track and select it, and it crashed. Okay, let's find this the hard way. Okay, clean guitar. This is such a cool track. So where's the solo? There we go. There, so this is what I tried to select before and it didn't like that. So I believe if I activate the lower area, modulators. Neat. Okay, let's try it. Envelope follower. This should be like a little wah thing. Doesn't seem to do much anything for this. So cool, you just load in slots, get an LFO going. I don't hear it doing anything. This is a group track. It's not like being on a group track? Huh. Let's try it right on the track. So what's the trick here? Doesn't seem to do anything. Supposed to be 16th notes. All right, well, it seems to be an utter failure so far. So cool, we get little tabs here, buttons for the modulator. Doesn't seem to work. Okay, so maybe move, replace by, rename, duplicate, move to load preset, switch beat is okay. No, let's just remove it, yeah. Huh, okay. Not working, let's find out why. Watch video.
The modulators in Cubase 14 will breathe a new life into your productions, guaranteed. Imagine
got the speakers on, sorry guys.
Your plugins, themes, and your channel parameters in any way imaginable. It's all possible now. Let's check them out. Here in the lower zone, if you click on modulators, you will be able to find the different types. So we have LFO, envelope follower, shaper, macro knob.
Yeah, okay, so I'm doing it right, so why isn't it applying itself to the output? Maybe if I add a synth. I don't really want to get into this. I wasn't set up to play synths. Well, that is kind of sad. Let's try another track. That's the dry solo. Okay, these things are cool. Not doing anything. Not doing a damn thing. Okay. We're off to a weak start. Pattern sequencer, drilling beats with just a few clicks. Drum track, that's interesting. Let's try that. More tracks. Chord, video, signature, arranger, drum. Yeah. Oh, so MIDI part or pattern event. Okay. Add the track. Here it is. So it's a little mini groove agent. Okay, right. So there, so now it assigns. So this is a big play for EDM market, I guess. And we've got all the usuals. So you can fully control it here. Very cool. And you can drag your own samples in. So, I mean, this is a great idea. This is going to make it easier for them to compete with Abletons and Logics and stuff like that. How do we get a pattern going?
Programming beats has never been faster with the...
Okay, Dom. How do we
I want to
drop
start
it?
this video by playing a groove that I put together in the new pattern sequencer in Cubase 14.
Sit down in here, modulators, chord pads. Yeah.
By step, and let me show you how you can get started with the pattern sequencer. All you need to do is create a new track. I'm going to create a drum track in this case, and you will see that here we have an event.
Yeah, I did
type
pattern
selection.
event.
So if you want
So do I
to
just have to make
the
an event?
pattern sequencer available, you need to select pattern event instead of MIDI part. Now I want to say here, this is not exclusive to the drum track. Even if you create an instrument track, you can still use the pattern sequencer if you want to, and same goes for the MIDI parts or the sampler track. But in this case, I'm going to use a drum track because the drum machine works incredibly well in synergy with the pattern sequencer. So let's add this track. And I'm going to load a preset in the drum machine. And now if we go to editor, you will see that we have
That's a good idea.
our pattern
Load a preset.
sequencer. And here we can start building grooves straight away. And it couldn't be any easier. If I want, I can start with my kick drum and I can generate steps. I can say I want to add every fourth. And there we go, we have our kick drum. If I play back now,
All right, I missed how
going
to edit
load
it.
a preset in the drum
Yeah.
machine. And
I got
now,
Beat
if we
Starter
go
too,
to
actually.
editor,
Great.
You will see that we have our
I'm gonna go to the
pattern
editor.
sequencer.
All right. There we go. Okay. And I believe we're counting eighths here, right? So this could get weird. The snare is there. And where's our hats? Half open hat. Oh, but we're in triplet, I think. No. All right, cool. Just have to extend this. Can I copy it? That's cool. All right, so hey, something worked. Cool. Okay. Got something up and running. I'll figure out why it's not, modulator's not working in a bit. Next feature, we did the drum machine. Oh yeah, okay, so let's replace that Valhalla with this Shimmer Verb. I'm going to get rid of that track, and let's get to the vocals. Maybe I'll make a new... Where's that Valhalla? That's the Supermassive. Such a cool plugin. So for now, we're gonna... Oh, it's automated. So I'll just disable it. And we'll throw in Shimmer. So this is the new Shimmer Verb. And let's try this again, but I got to get us to section with vocals. Get rid of the bottom section for now. I'm going to do a save in case we crash. Let's see if that's fatal. All Vox. That's fatal. Okay, I can't search tracks in Cubase 14. Going to report it. Going to tell on them. Going to narc on them. Searching for tracks, crashes, C14. That's just absolutely bizarre. We'll try out the reverbs and delays in this comp, and then I'm going to load something a little bit simpler and try that search there. So if you guys are, big programmers, you're doing EDM, you're doing hip hop, I think this drum track is a fantastic idea. Let's get a section with vocals. So all synths, all vocal. And let's find where he's singing somewhere. Is it... How long is this song? Yeah, it's 9 minutes. It's super prog rock. Here's some vocals. Let's get to a section with vocals.
This toxic place in
Everyone be gentle with me. Remember, a bunch of plugins aren't loaded because they were VST2. The mix is... This is a finished mix, but it's got a bunch of plugins missing. So let's try, was the Shimmer loaded? Yeah, so that's the Supermassive. Did it save the fact that I had the Shimmer loaded? Shimmer is loaded, okay. Output, feedback. 100% wet? No, it's not. Okay, so 100% wet. We're going to turn off the automation just in case that's off right now. It's been years since I mixed this, so I don't remember all the details yet.
I don't see that stranger.
Okay, so this is the neat thing about Shimmer.
Looking back at me, freedom in my mind.
I'm going to make him a bit louder for you guys. It's probably pretty quiet.
To love me till the end, to see myself again, to know that
So it's grabbing, harmonics and and adding them, right? So it's made right now doing an octave, but we could say mess around with that until we find something harmonically interesting.
Looking,
So what if we do 7 steps and try to get a 5th? Okay, and we've got a frequency range. And get rid of the lows. We can narrow it to like a mid-rangey thing. And feedback will control that shimmer. That's cool. I love it. Let's a little more reverb. So you get these huge tails like that. Try adding it from all the vocals. Is that adding it from all the vocals? No, so let's try that. Super cool. Put the listen bus on. Look, it's dangerous just putting it on, you know, a harmonic, right? Safer to do an octave. So it's so cool. You know, it sounds like strings and such. Very cool. The reverb. What kind of control do we have over the reverb? Not much. So we got mod. Speed is what? Oh, this is super useful. So this can give great for people making really cool ethereal music, sound design, cinema. Okay, I pre-love this. I'd like more control over the reverb. There's just kind of like, how much reverb do you want? But can I have longer tails? Can I have more pre-delay? Things like this, that'd be really nice to have control of. Okay, so on the pass half note delay, I've got an 8th throw for delay. Both are H delays. So that's a quarter note. I wrote 8th. So let's disable that. No automation on it. And let's try the new studio delay. All right. So this is an attempt to dumb down that reverb. So I'm going to get back to the, kind of a pain, I can't search for the tracks now.
Looking back at me, freedom in my mind gives me so much time.
So that's the 8th throw.
To love me till the end, to see myself again, to know.
Mix is at 50. I hate that. I want the default to be 100. So I'm going to save that as the default preset with it set to 100. Yes, make it the default preset. Let's go to quarter notes. So this is straight quarter notes. I've got this pattern selected. Okay, so let's switch to this pattern. Just added like a dot. Oh, this is nice. Great. So let's listen to that. So we've got a lot of stuff here. Age. So this will probably make each repeat degrade. Crazy modulation on there. Okay, look at all this. So we've got a phaser, flanger, and chorus for modulation. Incredible. Post or loop. So this is great for getting old-fashioned Pink Floyd tape delays. Cool. Okay, loop does like a dub kind of feedback thing. And with zero age, it's a nice plain digital reverb, and we've got distortion, overdrive, bit crush. Yeah, that's filthy. Sample delay, sample division. So these are, oh, freaky. So it's bringing back the repeats at lower sample rates. So let's keep it simple with a little bit of chorus, and we got a reverb built in. This is cool. This is something I always do with my reverbs. I send them in, my delays, I send them into reverb, so it's kind of handy to have it here. And we can pitch up to an octave. Let's try a fifth again. Let's try that. Let's try down a fifth. Whoa. Okay, so this can be a total playground. And we've got we'll just put the listen bus on again, so we can keep these into a tight band, and then move the whole band around. We do some cool stuff automating this. Yeah, this is a great idea. Cubase's multi-tap delay was very plain. It was a good delay, but it was not fun to use. This is fun. Okay. Pitch is dangerous. I would like to have individual control over the left and right. Be able to like... Yeah. I'll do full second reverb. So, very cool. Okay. That's a win. I love that. That's great. These two are super fun to use. New scoring. I might do a bit of that on the edited video I'll do later. Oh yeah, excellent event volume curves. Let's take a look at this. Now get back to where there's some audio. So, supposed to be big changes now. I'm going to turn off snapping. Supposed to be big changes now with this tool. Okay, so that's great. Look at that. So imagine getting in and getting your clip gain done, syllable by syllable. And so we get this little diamond up here. And we can use clip gain to get everything. Before, I would have to hit the modifier key, make sure I'm on, because now I've got the multi-tool, which is range or select, if I'm on top half or bottom half. select tool and option, and I would have to do this and then that, and then play with the gain handle, which, oh, they changed this. Where's my gain handle? Okay, things have changed. I got work to do. Oh, okay, there we go. And so it would be a chop and dice type situation. So here now, you can just take entire sections and free range and grab that little diamond and get all of our editing done. So now that I've done this, say I want all these to get closer. This big yell, will this? No. Oh, yes. Okay, great. So whatever range is selected, it's going to deal with just that. Wow, can you imagine how complicated this is going to get under the hood? It'd be interesting to see if I have a million of these edits, if it'll affect performance at all. Because this is something that a lot of audio engineers don't think about. All of these chops and edits and simple things that you're doing, they all add to CPU overhead eventually. So I'm just randomly selecting stuff and grabbing any of that diamond gain handle will now affect clip gain. So we can go through doing a vocal edit. And so where is the gain handle if you're not using... Oh, hello. Oh, wow. Look at this. This reminds me of... what was Samplitude? Didn't Pro Tools have this kind of thing too? So, okay, so I guess that has replaced... Used to be you'd go up here for gain. And we've always got the inspector here as well. The info line. But this is great. So you can just be... with the multi-tool, I can be up top and just editing. This is going to make voiceover editing fantastic, uneven vocals. So now I got to get used to going down here. And that's a little bitchy to get it. Oh, there we go. Need my little glove. We'll be able to go through and get clip gain all done. That is absolutely fantastic. Okay, another win. Okay, so then it's showing him here. He's doing what I was doing. But then I think you can go in with these. No. You need pencil tool. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. So wow, I mean, you'd be able to go in and hand sculpt these vocals to have basically no dynamics if you wanted. Advanced mixing. Open the full MixConsole in the lower zone. Okay, cool. Lower zone. What was my shortcut for that? I don't use it much. Command Option E. Okay, MixConsole. So before, this used to be this very simplified version, and you had like 4. You could show the inserts, the sends, or the faders. Pretty much now, we've got access to everything. Inserts, EQ, strip. Let's see it all. Notepad, let's get it. Okay, so supposedly this is the full MixConsole. So how then do I... Okay, look at that. Okay, so faders are fixed at that height. And you got to kind of find everything else here. Not sure how. Not sure if that's something that we want to... And how do I do visibility? I don't want to see the inputs. Channel name, equalizer curve, routing, So I don't want to see those input tracks. How do I get rid of those? Something we'll have to check out. So cool. So we've got EQ instantly accessible for every track, and project follows this view. That's great. And we can see our sends. Okay, amazingly cool. So it doesn't, okay, yeah, inserts are here. Sends. Said it had channel strip. I don't see the channel strip. A lot to learn here, guys. So I see EQ. Strip. I don't see it changing at all. Q sends. Yeah, okay, Q sends are there. Good. A lot more flexible, although I've also got, you know, one button to get the whole mixer up whenever I want. So, still not sure how often I'll use this. But very good. It was a kind of a crippled implementation beforehand. Okay, auto filter. Okay, let's try this on that solo. Let's get back to that solo. I can't search for the track or it'll crash. Guitar solos. Okay, and this is auto filter. Auto filter. Oh, yes. Great. You can do a little fake wah. That's great. That's fun. Okay, I can definitely see fun stuff going down with that. Get rid of that so it doesn't drive us crazy. Party next door. Build atmosphere and space for vocals or lead instruments with simple one control underwater effect. Build atmosphere and space for vocals. Okay. Let's go to all vocals then and try underwater. And then back to the vocal section.
Looking, I don't see that stranger looking back at me. Freedom in my mind.
There's kind of a
love me till the end.
What is it doing?
To know that I'm my friend. To song.
It's kind of like making a resonance.
Cubase 14
Adding
comes
some
with several
effects.
plugins designed. The first plugin I want to show you is the new volume plugin. Now, this plugin can be
nice.
utilitarian.
This is
so
overdue.
you can use it
Yeah,
to
you used to have to go
do
and
even
use
more
their
precise
surround
multi-channel
plugin to
audio.
do
You're planning to use
volume
them. Now, let me
pans.
show you. If I show my modulators, you will see the volume. Water effect or party next door effect. It's especially useful if you're doing sound design.
Okay, so it's just like a sweepy resonator thing.
Looking, I don't see.
All right, cool. Those are always fun to have, especially if you're doing EDM, hip hop. Hip hop clients freak out when you use stuff like that. So very good. And then they have a plugin that's just volume. Let's go to the main bus and try that. Volume, tools, volume. All right, well, cool. So what's on the tin? Does it have a...
Looking, I don't see.
Okay, and then I was reading about this. So if I go over, I should be able to hit this button, lock maximum gain to 0 dB. Okay.
Gives me so much time.
So handy. It's kind of like the gain controls in a lot of the Waves plugins.
To play my song again.
Higher gain resolution. Cool. Maximum gain +6 or +12. Cool. So a little automatable volume fader. You can put this, say, on your mix bus. Oop, I just got rid of my Lin MB, my mistake.
Gives me so much time.
Okay. What's next?
Till the end, to see myself again, to know that I'm my friend, to play my song again.
Preview samples at the correct pitch and speed. Okay. Let's maybe go back to this section, the solo.
My song.
Loops and samples. Let's just grab something. Do I have a key set? No, I don't. And it says that was at A, so I can now set the key here. Okay, that's handy. And we can try playing it, we can listen to it twice as fast. Yeah, cool. Or half speed, or at native speed. Or we can turn off locking to tempo and it'll play this is how it was recorded. Yeah, okay, cool. Great. All right, as advertised, another win, that's great, an improvement. Range improvements, okay, here we go. So this is where we're seeing kind of a Pro Toolsian revolution here. We'll just get zoomed in on something here. We can see we got my guitar tracks can get nice and big because I do a lot of doubling. Plus, I'll also capture the DI. That might be a good candidate. So you can edit huge groups. Oh, here's some drums. Let's play with those. You can see, look at all the chop editing I had to do here while getting those drums tamed. So much like we saw before, the range tool will now do the chop under the hood. And making range selections will make... Why are you not there? Oh, why do I want to always zoom there? Okay, so we'll go back to the... So now supposedly I can go across all of these. No, it doesn't work like that at all. So I know one thing you can do. Okay, so I can slip edit everything just by selecting. Let's watch Dom tell us how to use this.
The range selection tool has become even more powerful to editing. Some of the new things that you can do with the new improvements in the range selection.
Okay, the
tool.
guy's
The
just
first
sitting
thing
in
you
front of
can
a
do
TV
is
now.
You can create a
That's not even a
selection
monitor.
between two events. So for example, as you can see, I have these audio events here. If I want to select the space...
Oh, okay, this is like DaVinci Pro. Okay, great. So then now I can delete it. No. Delete? No. Okay, let's see how he does it.
Between these two events, all I need to do is double click with my range selection tool, and now I've selected the space between those two events.
Okay.
Now, this can be incredibly useful if you're editing and you want to close any gaps. For example, if I want, I can use the cut time shortcut right here to close this gap.
Cut time.
I'm using a shortcut here, of course, but if you want, you can go to range and select cut time. This is going to be incredibly useful if you're editing voiceovers and you want to cut the side.
Sorry for all the screen switching, guys. It's got a lot going on here. So, edit. I don't see it. How do you get that? Why can't it just be delete?
Here, of course, but if you want, you can go to range and select cut
range.
time. This is good.
Edit range. Edit range cut time. All right, so Jason is going to make a keyboard command for that. How about control delete? Cut time. No, that's already my control command delete. All right, let's do it. All right, control command delete. There we go. So the whole thing slips together. So before editing for film, doing long dialogue stretches, I would have to switch into shuffle mode, which would then, as you deleted things, it would move over adjoining clips, but this would be a huge pain in the butt. Sometimes you didn't want that, and constantly remembering to switch modes could get really bad. So control command delete, and everything zips together. So if we're doing giant VO cleanup, this is going to be incredible. Let's see what else Dom has got for us.
Going to be incredibly useful if you're editing voiceovers and you want to cut the silence between the phrases. The next improvement in the range selection tool is that now if you make an editing operation, the range selection is going to remain intact. For example, let's say I want to select this part right here and I want to cut the tail. I can just use my shortcut here and cut the tail. And as you can see, the range selection remains. So this is still selected and I can still move it around. Is that? And the same thing goes, for example, if I want to perform a cut and paste operation. So if I cut this, the range selection is still intact.
Okay. Cut. What do you mean? Okay. There we go. Yeah, okay. So it's as promised. That's cool. You see, the range tool has actually been, pretty crippled in Cubase compared to, say, Pro Tools and such. So you're going to see I'm kind of a behind with it. Was that another key command there, Dom? Cut tail? Cut tail? Yes, it is. Okay, so what would be good for that? Control command end. And is there a cut head? Yes. So I'll do control command home. All right. So let's see how that looks. So we're going to go like that. And I go control command home. Look at that. That's useful. Now we are playing with fewer. Control command end. All right. So finally, they're getting the arrange tool up to Pro Tools level, and this is going to be spectacular. So this is one of the first things I saw about Cubase 14, and this is great stuff.
And I can still move on with my editing. Hold shift while dragging with the mouse inside of an existing range selection to redraw, or hold shift while dragging with the mouse outside of an existing...
Oh, neat. Okay, and then I'm going to hold shift. Okay, redraws and it extends automatically. This is fantastic. Used to have to come here and do this, which isn't the end of the world, but it's a lot faster to just go, I want to, oh, sorry, that wasn't a range selection. A lot faster to just tap where you want it. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful.
Range selection to adjust left or right edges. And if you're editing multi-track recordings, you're going to love these new features. Now you can select multiple events, like I've done here on these vocals, and you can nudge all of them. So you can hold Command or Control and
nice.
use your left and right arrows.
Silence, Dom. Okay, I can select multiple, and look at that. Oh, shoot though, look at that. It destroys the events underneath. Why would they choose that? That's like DaVinci, which I hate. Why would they have it eat up the part underneath like that? I mean, it's still there, obviously, you can get it back. Huh, okay. Still,
on your keyboard.
Very cool.
To nudge
all
the events
it's happening for him
under
too.
this range selection. This is going to be a lifesaver if you're trying to edit vocals that are ever so slightly out of sync. Just select all of them.
I don't like that. I think when you do this and you nudge, then, well, no, I guess not. I mean, now I would have to select these and pull them up there if I wanted to connect. This should be an option. Maybe it is an option. I'll find out. They should either move with or extend to connect. You should have those options. Maybe they're there.
And use your nudge functions. And the same thing happens if you want to move multiple events. So I've made a selection here, and now I'm going to start moving them. You will see that the events are cut and moved. And one of the things that is such a tedious task if you want to edit multiple tracks of vocals, for example, or of drums, and let's say you want to mute them. Previously, you had to select them, cut them, and then use the mute function. Now what you can do is you can make a selection here, and all you need to do is hit your mute shortcut, and immediately these events are muted.
Embarrassingly, I've got to look up what my mute shortcut is. I don't use it a lot. Oh, I don't have it assigned. There you go. So let's make a mute. Mute, got to make sure I'm on the edit. Mute events, click here. Mute, unmute objects is option M, so will that work? Yeah. Okay, I love it. Beautiful. Congratulations, Cubase. You did not play yourself. Hey, cool. So it's almost like they've made the range tool and they're macroing underneath the cutting of new events. So that's excellent. Let's actually turn this into its own little event now. So at will, you can have the ranges basically make new events. Brilliant. But as soon as you undo, it's back to the old event. So that is brilliant. Okay, what else, Dom?
Muted. Cleaning up your tracks has never been easier. You can now also use your range selection tool to perform sleep editing. So let's say, for example, I want to select all these events here, editing, just by using the range selection tool.
Yeah. In case you missed it, I found that almost by accident. Oh, that one's not slipping because it's at the end already, I guess. Yeah. Look at that. Fantastic.
Using the Move menu, you can also perform some really useful operations. For example, if I make a selection here, if I go to Edit, Move, I can move the event start or the range start to cursor, or the event end and range end to cursor. And if you want to glue events together, you can just select them, go to Edit, select Glue, and now these events are glued.
Oh, that's nice. You can clean up tracks that way. So let's try this. And then I don't have a key command for glue. So it's put them in a little box. Edit. Glue. Yeah, okay, so it puts them into a container, just like the pen tool. Okay, so the glue pen will work on anything, cleaning them up. And then I can bounce them. No. Nope. Okay, cool. What else,
together.
Dominic?
And if you're working with multi-mic recordings, you're going to love the next one, because now what you can do is you can select a range and you can reverse the phase of just this selection. With these improvements to the range selection tool, Cubase 14.
All right. Okay, massive win there. I'm sure all the Pro Tools guys watching this are like, whatever. Okay, we did DAWproject multi-assignment device ports for external effects or instruments. I'm no longer running external effects of any kind. When I started Dollhouse Studios, I had an exciter, an external reverb, 3 mic pre's, and a compressor in a lunchbox. But guess what, guys? The demand for it just kind of fell off. The plugins... You know, since I started in 2007, plugins got just so good. It just really, I stopped using them. Maybe one day again, I'll get going with that. Dolby Atmos, yeah. Key editor, probability, variety. Interesting. Let's get a simpler comp going. We don't need to save that. Delete the new files. Get something a little more simple going. Maybe that pop song might be a little more. Oh, we'll get that rock track going. Nope. Okay, let's watch the load time. This is fantastic. So great. So this is ironically from the Slate Academy, Stephen Slate's little mixes. I use them because they're cleared for copyright, apparently. And none of the plugins load because they're VST2. Stephen Slate, if you're listening, you have got to get your VST3 versions of these done. Although it's cool because basically loads the track dry for me. So an ignorant notion with the power of thought, it'll be okay with some magical potion. The chain. Okay, so the performance meter has been improved. So we got this whole new area here. So showing you your real-time load on CPU, the ASIO guard, which is Cubase's built-in buffer for plugins, and your peak load. disk, which usually doesn't matter anymore. But here it will show you when a dropout happens. It will report the position, the tracks that dropped out, showing you the plugins that dropped out, and suggested operations. So on the edited video that I do, we will get this active somehow. We'll load enough plugins to get it to drop out, and woohoo. See if it works. 64-bit file format, auto saves folder. So if I do save as, it's hidden the files. Now this is an old project, so you can see all the .backs in here. .back. I have it to auto save every minute, and it'll save up to 10 of these backup files. And they're all sitting right next to your main file, the CPR files, which it gets messy and confusing. Now it's making them in an autosaves folder, which is brilliant. It just cleans up your main folder directory. What else we got, guys? So that's the major turns. I would be safe if you're a big electronic music guy. I would say this is a full numbered version release. Having all these things you're used to in Ableton and Logic Pro available immediately to play with on new tracks made just for that is fantastic, with the lower view everyone's used to from those applications. So if you're designing hip-hop and electronic music, this is a 14, this is a numbered version. For all of us professional users of Cubase, I'd say this is a 0.5. The range tool improvements are almost enough for me to upgrade just on its own, with these new editing features as well. The quality of life stuff is really good. The mixer in the lower zone, if you have a super tall monitor, this might be great. But it could be cool, you know, you get it zoomed in the way you want, you just have your inserts up so you can get with them. Oh, there was one more thing. Just one more thing. Let's get some inserts loaded on the vocal here. I'll put a whole bunch in. Hopefully they're not... Oh, let's try on this. Let's see if I can find... box. Okay, only the vocal. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna try to jump to the vocal track. Oh, we can. Okay, so there's something about that huge project. It didn't like searching. So let's put a loop on here, and I'm gonna take load effects chain preset. And I had an SSL vocal one that was really... Oh, what? Did not see in my own presets. All right, well, I'll load one of theirs. I'm not sure why it's not seeing SSL. No, huh? Okay, fine. Now let's just find a vocal preset from them, and I'll figure this out later. Earth box. Huh. Lead vocal edgy. Let's try that. Okay, so now we get a bunch of plugins.
An ignorant notion with the power.
Oh yeah, that's edgy. So now if we go key commands, insert close. So is this it here? So is that it? Let's try Control 1. Sign. And let's see if this works. No. You're supposed to be able to open insert plugins with a shortcut. So let's see. Insert. And that looks like it. Insert 01, open close editor for selected track channel. Yeah, so let's try option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. Okay. Option 1, option 2, option 3, option 4. Oh. Working for that. Do I have a conflict? Okay, option 4 is bringing that up, so let's go back here and see what the problem is. Sorry, I have option and command reversed on my keyboard. So I got some stuff to figure out, but it does work. It's just, did it not reassign it? Command 1. Yeah, no, I used that on my other keyboard. Shift 1. Shift 2. Sign. Shift 3. Sign. Shift 4. Sign. Let's see, Shift 1, Shift 2, Shift 3, Shift 4. Well, what the hell's going on there? And the same command will close it. Shift 5. Yeah, ruining my marker assignments. Shift 6. Says, do you want to reassign? So something's not working here. Let's load an effects chain here. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. Let me try this again. It's track presets I want. So here we go. SSL. No, it doesn't have my track presets. Male rock lead vocals. Oh, it's just one. Shift 1, Shift 1, Shift 1. If I move it down to... Oh, what's it done?
And ignorant.
Jeez, man. What the hell? Track presets. SSL. Vocals, SSL there. Jim Carroll's. This would be a monster set of plugins. Let's see if they load. Okay, there we go. So now Shift 1. Yes. It didn't want to open that plugin. Shift 2, Shift 3, Shift 4, Shift 5, Shift 6. Let's get it. Shift 7. Shift 8. Preferred option. 6. So this is beautiful. I think Reaper's had this. Cancel. Control 8. There. That's a little comfier on the hands. So great, I can just toggle things open and look at plugins, the one I want. Oh, this is so nice. Used to be all this mouse travel involved, right? And I always wondered why they didn't have this. I even tried setting up macros to do it and stuff like that. So brilliant, another win. And I think that covers the major turns. Cool, guys. All right, well, there you go. There you have it. The whole time, I'm a bad salesman. At the bottom left, let me get OBS up here. There, yeah. Bottom left of the screen is the QR code to get Cubase. If you don't have Cubase, or you're working with LE or Artist or one of the crippled versions of Cubase, there are incredible deals at Pluginboutique.com. If you're using another DAW and you've had it and you want to go with the sane option and get Cubase cross-grade from any other paid application at Pluginboutique, they've got a big sale on right now for launch. Otherwise, if you're an existing user, you're already using Cubase Pro or any other version, and you want to go to 14 and get these great quality of life and new plugins and such, just head off to your account at Steinberg, and they've got it's really good deals. So Pro is $145 to go from Cubase 13. And for me, I think it's a no-brainer. The range tool stuff, the opening the plugins. I just want to do that again before I go. Yes. Oh, plugin 1, plugin 2, plugin 3, plugin 4, plugin 5, plugin 6. Look at that. Close all plugins shortcut. All right, guys, and so I will do a series of full edited versions of this to go over each one in more detail. You don't have to watch me futz around. But so far, win on opening and closing quickly and efficiently, win on redesigning the parent folder to have the autosaves hidden away from the main project files, win with the range tool editing. The Shimmer Verb and the new delay are fantastic, fun little plugins that, more than fun, they're highly usable, especially for someone like me who loves layering atmosphere and reverb. MixConsole in the bottom half is way better than it was. I basically never used it before when it was limited. Now, having access to all of the features in one fell swoop like that, of a full MixConsole down there. Oh, I just remembered one thing that I saw in a video earlier. So, watch. I just moved that channel in the MixConsole. Believe it or not, anyone not a Cubase user will be shocked to learn that is never been possible. The Mix console was always locked, so now I can take the bass tracks and I can move them all being after the vocals. This was impossible. MixConsole was always acted more like a hardware mixer and was just what you saw. Now you can rearrange tracks in here. Win. I think this is a win all around. It performs a lot more solid. I'm glad you can still load VST2 plugins. I didn't figure out how. That will be in my edited video. Stay tuned for that. Anyone watching, great to see you. Like, subscribe, check out the latest videos. There's been lots of great new plugin releases, and consider dropping a Patreon sub. It's just a few bucks. You'll get videos like this, early exclusive live streams, and access to Discord and all the above. In the meantime, let's get it.